here's the plan. We're gonna make some of these muffins today. They smell good. Yeah, we're gonna go ahead and get these made. Let me show you what all of them look like. This is what they look like. And they smell amazing. Make triple chocolate streusel topped muffins. Let's try and say that again 3 times, huh? Here's what we need for this recipe. Bananas, light brown sugar, butter, egg, flour, cinnamon, salt, and baking soda. And as the streusel top, we need to have flour and brown sugar, butter. So we use half of the stick of butter for the batter, half of the stick for the streusel. And the star, which makes these taste wonderful, is a combination of semi-sweet chocolate chips, white chocolate chips, and butterscotch chips. Makes them taste great. In this bowl, the bigger bowl, I have placed 1 cup of flour and the 1/3 of a cup of brown sugar. And then in the smaller bowl, I have placed the 1/2 of a cup of flour and the 1/2 of a cup of sugar. So 1/2 and 1/2, and then a cup and a 1/3. Then the smaller bowl for streusel is going to get added the 1/2 of the stick of butter and then the chips. So we'll go to that point. In a large bowl, I'm going to add a 1/2 teaspoon of baking soda, half a teaspoon ground cinnamon, and 1/8 of a teaspoon of salt. That'll do it. Now I'm going to add an egg. Then I'm going to add the ripe bananas. Now we'll start getting everything incorporated. I freeze my butter because it keeps it for longer. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take and get the butter into small pieces before I incorporate it into the mixture. So cut the butter in half. Looks like it's been out for a little while, so it's not as frozen as it was. And once that's cut in half, I'm going to get it into the mixture just by slicing it in small pieces. Now we're going to do the same for the bowl, small bowl that we have here to put the streusel on top. Get stirred in the little pieces of butter. And flour, brown sugar. Our topping mix. So our topping mix is going to have in there the chocolate chips too. Okay, it calls for a half cup of chocolate chips. So I'll just add a few chocolate chips of each bag. Because I want the mixture here. It's going to be very tasty. I promise if you do this with them, they will not disappoint. There's our half a cup. So, let's add a little bit more of these. Why not? These are good in there. Okay, here we go. It may feel cumbersome to have to take and get the butter off of the stick the way I do with the knife, but I promise that it works a whole lot better. Do not melt the butter beforehand in this recipe. It will not turn out the same way. It needs to be in the cubes or in the little pieces that I've done. If you have a food processor to do it, then get it in the food processor and get it into the small pieces. I don't, so I get it in small pieces the way that I do. I still need to mix up the batter and with the pieces of butter, so let's get to that. Here's the batter that needs a good mix of the butter pieces. I give that a good stir so everything's really well incorporated to the batter. So there's that. There's the batter's all mixed up. Now let's go ahead and get the liners put in the muffin tin. Okay, now let's get the batter put into the cups. Here is our dish elevator. Elevates it to the next level with those 3 chocolate chips, semi-sweet, white, and butterscotch. Take a look at that. That's them all filled up with the streusel top. That's what they'll look like with the chips inside of them. One thing I have to make mention is that I used to take and put a few chocolate chips on the top afterwards. So I'd mix some into the batter or the mixture for the top, and then I would mix some more into the, well, actually I wouldn't mix any more into it, but I'd mix some into the streusel top, and then I would mix the can I talk? Words are hard. I would mix the chocolate chips into the streusel top, and then I would take a few and place on top, like I would do that now after I have gotten the streusel top on there. And I don't do that anymore because they tend to, when the mixture's cooked, they tend to fall off. Well, as you're eating it, the chips do. Here, they tend to get baked in with the whole muffin, and they taste fabulous. I promise. Okay, into the oven, 350 for 18 to 25 minutes. If we could have smell-o-vision, this would be the time for it. He's got about 7 minutes left. Oh, they smell amazing. Here is our baked goods. All done. So that's what they look like. All baked, and they are still warm, quite warm. So I'll wait a little bit for them to cool down, and we will see how they taste. Okay, this is one of my favorite parts, is to try one. So now is time to try what it tastes like. Look at that. I love these muffin cups. They just make the muffins look so fancy. That brownness to it, the top. It's all over me. That's good. See the inside? The top, having that streusel, just as you eat the muffin, which is a cake type, which a muffin is cakey, then you have the sugary top, that brown sugar, butter, and the chocolate chips. Most importantly, with those 3 flavors, it just takes this to the next level. I used to make it just with the semi-sweet chips. Now with the 3, it just, every bite is different, which is a great thing. I love it. Let's see. Yep. That bite. Different from the first. And look at falling off there. So good. I hope you try these. Give them a whirl and let me know if you try them. I leave my, do I still got stuff on me? I leave my Instagram in the description part of the video down below, so come visit me on my Instagram and see my craziness there. And I hope you do. And message me. I love to get messages. Okay. You guys have a great day. Love you all. Bye.